también pueden sigan. Adentro hay atole bien calientito. ¿Ok? Bien, pueden sigan. Hello! Merry Christmas! ¡Feliz Navidad! ¡Ho, ho, ho! Todo es que no te está picando, ¿ok?
Do you need some tea?
Mira, ustedes se la están picando.
Okay, gracias.
¿Dónde se van a hacer? Venga, niñas, vamos.
Ah, no.
50-foot trailer and 2 trucks.
Ok.
Gracias.
Ven, vamos. Mira los monos. Mira los monos.
Okay.
Okay.
Gracias.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Somewhat. I believe there was a Santa Claus at one time.
I'm not entirely sure.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
No, but I think it's a nice idea for kids.
Santa Claus? No.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
He's out there every day, man. From Cape May to High Point, that guy is always working.
But at one time I believed in him.
Of course. I believe in the spirit of Santa Claus.
My mom she always tried to make Christmas real special for me, but she never focused on Santa Claus. She always focused on what Christmas was really about, which I'm a Christian, so for me Christmas is about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. So
I think it's a very nice idea. I wasn't raised in a religious household. I think if you're raised in the Christian or a Judaic sort of tradition, and you have a different focus perhaps, but we didn't have religion, so we had Santa. I know Santa didn't exist at a point. I've obviously figured it out, but I still think it's a nice idea.
How did you find out?
I found out some friends told me at school. It was an unfortunate day.
Did you ask your mom about it?
No, I didn't actually.
You kept it to yourself?
Yes.
Kept it to myself. I didn't want to tell anyone.
And how did you find out eventually that he didn't believe in it?
I think it was the year that they found all the gifts that I had wrapped. and I realized that they had already been through all the gifts.
And I'm really amazed that my parents were so indulgent to let me believe in him until I was like 9, but not anymore now.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
At home I certainly do, because my youngest brother needs to be preserved in his innocence in that respect.
No, I believe in the spirit in which Santa Claus was created, I guess, or in which he's been the thought or the spirit of Santa Claus has been propagated.
Why do you think it is that we sell children on the idea of Santa Claus only to have them realize later on in life that it was all a myth?
Well, children need to have hope. And why worry a child? Why give them adult kind of concerns? Let them enjoy and be children for a while.
It's really so much fun to see them enjoy it so much, from the preparation of the Christmas tree to opening the presents. They just love it. So we just got jump into it because of them.
My parents see the whole Santa Claus idea as a beautiful thing, that like my brother should be kept in as long as possible.
First of all, why do we invent this myth for children? Well, because, I don't know, adults may want to give dreams to children because they lost their proper dreams, so they want to perpetuate some dreams that they haven't got anymore. And once they are adult, where they're just like any adults. That's an interpretation.
Why do you think it is that we spend so much time building this myth of Santa Claus up to our children only to tell them later on that it's just not true?
Well, so much of human existence is predicated on mythology because life is actually chaotic and it's extremely subjective as to what meanings you want to give to life itself and so on. Humans of every type, and I've lived in Europe and Asia for many years, everyone seems to need to have fairy tales and myths because the reality of the sheer void and the chaos seems too much for people. Now, there are people like me that just embrace it. I'm not particularly frightened by the fact that there's no answer. The journey is the journey, right? So my concerns are more like the search for answers and truth, but be very aware of those that are sure they've found it.
It's just the way that you're raised up in this culture. There's nothing wrong with it at all. You continue it with your children and so on and so on. It's been going for years, let's say. It's been going well for years. And you always find throughout the calendar year someday somebody say, that guy is like a Santa Claus. So we even associate the myth with an actual person and what he or she does throughout the year. It doesn't have to be the time of Christmas. It could be any time.
Well, it's to give them the Christmas spirit until they get old enough to understand what the true Christmas spirit is all about.
And it's just a good feeling to see how happy they are. And, if they could go on until their 20s, that would be great. Unfortunately, some kids learn a little early.
I don't know. Little kids deserve to have a couple of years of cushioning from the harsh realities of the real world.
I think it's a good thing to do. It gives kids imagination. People need to develop imagination. Now you got people, you don't have recess anymore. They cut out art and music in the schools. All these things help develop imagination. You got kids sitting in the computer as soon as they're able to sit up. These things do not develop and nurture imagination. So at least Santa Claus, the myth of Santa Claus, keeps a little bit of imagination alive. So that's good.
There's time for them to grow up. They will. There's enough time for them to have the same concerns as us adults. So why not have Santa? And the Easter Bunny. And superheroes. I mean, one of the problems is children don't get to be children like they used to. They're being forced to be like grown-ups too soon. Your next question?
What do you call Santa Claus in France?
Le Père Noël.
Can you wish Jersey a Merry Christmas in French?
Yeah, sure. Do I take that?
Sure, if you want to.
Okay. So, je vous souhaite à tous un très joyeux Noël. Vive le New Jersey.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, everyone! And a Happy New Year to you! Farewell, my fans. Farewell. And follow the yellow brick road.